Hello everyone, Scott Sylvan Bell coming to you live from Coronado, California. It is November 8th, 2015. This year is almost over. And I was on the phone while I was driving over here and I was talking to my little brother, and he does sales, and I was reminding him of a story. So I'm going to tell you a story, and then I'm going to say, here, there's some nuggets in here and I want you to take some good things from it and be better at sales. And so my dad owns a pest control company, and I remember as a kid I used to go ride with him, and he went to this restaurant and the guy says, well, how much would you charge me to take care of my service at my restaurant? And my dad said $3,000 a month, and the owner of the restaurant said, are you kidding me? I got a guy who's taking care of me right now for 80 bucks a month. And then my dad, with all of his infinite wisdom, says, well, are you doing everything the guy's telling you? And he says, no. So my dad asks the owner, he says, so if I tell you what to do at $3,000 a month, are you going to listen? And the guy says, you're darn right I'm going to be. And my dad says, okay, let's get you started. And the guy says, well, I'm not going to pay that much money. My dad says, exactly why I'm not going to choose you as a client. So sometimes, here's the nugget in the story. Sometimes you're going to have people and you're not charging enough and they don't believe what you have to say. And I know that from my personal experience, if I don't charge a company enough for training, they don't implement what I teach. And so sometimes people will say, hey, Scott, I don't want to pay the amount of money that you charge to come train my guys. And then I have to remind them, hey, that's what it's going to take for you to get to the next level. You know, it's going to cost some money. Well, can I get a discount? Well, I mean, if I take a discount, what do you want me to take out of the services? And you know, the whole thing is I get it, you know, people don't want to always pay for what they need to do, but what you need to know as a professional, as a representative of what you do, if you don't charge enough, there's a lot of challenges for you. You don't have the ability to market, you don't have the ability to train, you don't have the ability to have the lifeblood of your company, which is profit. And so people forget this and they say, okay, well, I'll go ahead and cut a little bit of money out today. And it doesn't ever hurt like today. It never, you know, it's the accumulation. It's like a bank account with a really high interest rate. It's the accumulation over time that really hurts you and kills you. And my dad showed that to me, and I reminded my little brother, and I was like, hey, look, you know, I know that, you know, sometimes people don't want to pay the price, but you have to reinforce why they should. And sometimes that takes a little bit of effort. Remember, I have a belief that you can't outwork me, you can only underbid me. So sometimes in that outworking means that you have to explain to the buyer why you cost more, what benefit there is for you to be more than anybody else. And sometimes people will say, well, I'm only shopping on price. Well, maybe that's not the right buyer for you. Maybe in your industry, you can say, hey, you know, we're probably not a good fit. Now, some industries you can't get away with that, but some of them you can. But you need to know that if you start discounting what your services are, you're discounting what it costs in the belief of the mind of the person, how you should be and what you should be doing for them. So if somebody comes to you and says, hey, look, you know, I charge $10,000 an hour for consulting, in your mind you're like, wow, I mean, what kind of services am I going to get for 10 grand? Now if somebody comes to you, I charge $100 an hour for my services, you'll be like, well, you know what, I can kind of fudge on that and I really don't have to pay attention, I don't have to listen. So for you, if you're doing any type of sales, remember that it is your job to outwork the competition, and sometimes that means you have to tell a story. That means sometimes you have to ask better questions, and sometimes that means you have to ask another question that nobody else is doing, okay? So go ahead and take this information and think about it, because this is one of those things where, you know, I usually have like somebody has an aha moment like 20 or 30 minutes later, or it happens instantly. Same thing should happen for you. If you're not charging enough, people don't believe that you're worth it. If you're not charging enough, people don't believe that you're worth it. If you're not charging enough, people don't believe you're worth it. Now, if you could do a small favor for me in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story, that'd be fantastic. To the right or to the left, there's a subscribe button. Subscribe. Then you can send it out to all your friends if you stumble upon Facebook, Twitter, Google+, the LinkedIn. Scott Sylvan Bell. Well, Miss Scott Bell, we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.